After obtaining the Void Heart, we unlock 2 other endings. Well, the third one includes a cryptic mushroom. One of them, Sealed Siblings, being similar to the normal ending, except for the fact that Hornet finds herself locked up and acts as a new dreamer, sealing the Temple of the Black Egg. You can hear this difference in the music, as the flute plays the beginning of the royal theme with a uniform rhythm, as an echo of Hornet being now a dreamer and put into an eternal sleep to punctuate the end of the adventure, when Hornet's mask appears where the former dreamer's masks once were. Hornet's theme indeed used the royal theme. The other end, Dream No More, allows us to confront the true final boss, the source of the infection, the Radiance herself, in the Hollow Knight's dream. While the music associated with the vessels is essentially in C minor and E minor, the theme of the Radiance is in D minor. The 2 battles being related, since the Radiance is fought while we are entering the Hollow Knight's mind thanks to the Dream Nade, the instrumentation is similar, very orchestral, except for the choir present from the beginning. Thematically, the music immediately lets us hear the same ascending motif as in the fight against the Hollow Knight, but this time the motif does not evolve, as if to translate the static character of the Radiance, which never attacks directly but uses spears, orbs, and light beams. It also uses the very beginning of the leitmotif, just the ascending part, but quickly escapes from it. We also find this exchange between ascending and descending motions. This perfectly illustrates the opposition between the Radiance's movements, the fight being for a large part vertical and ascending, and even more generally the fact that the Radiance is associated with Halonest's heights, if we think of a statue on Halonest's crown, whereas the Void is associated with the depths and will want to carry the Radiance down. But before it can do so, the Void must contradict its nature. It gradually invades the screen as shadows join the Radiance, and after one last blow only followed by silence, both the Knight and the Hollow Knight sacrifice themselves, offering the fallen kingdom its long-awaited catharsis, as the Void absorbs the last traces of the Radiance's blinding light. In this ending, considered to be the good ending, the game also ends with a musical loop. Indeed, as Hornet regains consciousness, we hear the soft piano notes that gently underline the valiant hero's arrival in Hollow Nest's Heights at the very beginning of the game. The scene is longer and more conclusive. We see the little hero's broken shell, while the flute joins the piano in a complete we already heard, the royal theme like in the Sealed Siblings ending, but longer. The musical phrase is complete since Hornet is free. Then the viola again sings the vessel's theme as a tribute, while on the screen the family appears, the shadows of the vessels from the abyss made of void. But as the void has triumphed over the radiance's blinding light, the siblings curl and disappear, leaving the abyss only filled with the vessel's shells, as a last testimony of the Pale King's madness. A king who, in spite of his words, was ready for a sacrifice, a cost far too great, the sacrifice of this vessel, anonymous, then chosen, raised only to be locked up, unable to requite this suffering, a suffering alien at first, which then became their own, which impregnated them to the point of mutilating them, the sacrifice of the Hollow Knight.